Hi, friends. This is Caitlin. I'm so happy to be here with you for Pink and Main. Um, I saw a bunch of people already in the comments checking in. I'm so happy to be back here with you guys. And it is no longer sneak peek. We have our full release out. So at the end of last week, I told you that this stamp set, the Go Wild stamp and dies, were calling my name and they declared that they needed to be embossed. We also have a new gold embossing powder that we tested out last week and I love. So I wanted to use it again and I wanted to kind of compare it to some of our other metallics and neutrals. And I just thought that this was like the perfect stamp set to try it out with. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to have a mini version of our embossing party. Not quite the full run through that we've done in the past, although I probably could be persuaded to pull out the bins to at least look through them. Thank you, Karen, very much. I did my hair this weekend. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm starting to get some like a gray streak going over on this side. So I'm trying to like proactively make myself a little streak for them to grow into is my goal. I have on my little Halloween earrings. I got Halloween nails. We're ready to go. It's go time. Um, so yeah, I saw lots of people, like I said, checking in. I saw Virginia's here, Melissa, Connie, Barbara, Leslie's here, um, Karen's here, Dainty, Maria. I saw Susan, Kathleen. Let's see, Miss Darcel is here. Perfect. So let's go ahead and swap our screens over. Hey, Lori, it's all good. We're just talking about the plan. You didn't miss nothing. Um, I see Linda checking in and Peggy. Wonderful. All right, so I have gathered some white and black, right, ice rink and asphalt cardstocks. We have our Go Wild stamps and dies. And I'm thinking with some of like, I don't really plan on making a full card tonight, unless we feel super inspired, but I figured it would be cute to maybe make like some mini cards or like tags with these. And then I have Red Fox for the fox. I have our Gold Rush. I have Coffee Talk, which is like a really beautiful dark brown. I have Black Ice for the zebra. And I have platinum ring for us to kind of test out against the gold. Um, so between the neutrals, the other, like we'll figure it out. We'll play with some of these. I just know for sure we're doing the fox and the zebra and probably the bear and the elephant, and then we'll pick one. So yeah, let's get started on stamping and um, prepping our paper for some embossing. We're going to do these in sections, I guess, like break them into pieces instead of trying to do all of them at once, since I do know I want separate colors. And we're here for a while to hang out, so why not? Oh yeah, we're definitely going to do the fox, and I want to do the fox in the red fox embossing powder because I think it'll be perfect. And I think I was leaning like platinum for the elephant. I forgot, I also meant to grab like silver. We'll see how it goes once we get started. Let's grab my, let's see. How's everybody's week going so far? I know it's only Tuesday, but I feel like most of the time I can get an idea of how the week's going to go by Tuesday. Amazing. Leslie's having an amazing week. That's good. You know what? Let's start with the zebra because I have my white in place. I think from some of these, we're going to go, most of them are probably going to do the black background because I think it'll show up better. I'm stamping him upside down just because it fits the scrap cardstock I have a little better. All right. Okay, I already brought down. It's been a while since I've shown this like up close. So if anybody hasn't seen this before, this is the Pink and Main Magic Anti-Static brush or tool. So this little collar slides down, and in the bottom, it has this container with the anti-static powder in it. And it comes with a or you can get it with a refill. It's just like a little bag. I have it up there somewhere. So you can refill it, and the way it works is it pushes powder, or it lets powder flow through this little kind of straw up through into the bristles. So you don't have to click it, you don't have to do anything crazy. You literally just flip it, and a tiny little dot of powder will come out, and then you just swirl it around. So it's really easy. I think it was really important to Michelle for Michelle to have one that didn't have to click. So it's like the most like friendly option. And let me show you. I used to use one of these, right? And there's nothing wrong with this, but it is so messy. That's why it has the binder clip on it, was so I could hold it without getting powder everywhere. And then this is what the refills of that powder look like. So it comes in a zippy bag, and you can just pour it in there. I've only refilled mine once, and I didn't even fill it up the whole way. I just filled it up a little bit, and we're still going strong. So, all right, let me step this guy up a little bit more. Let's see. Oh, Leslie's still in Hawaii. That's why she's amazing. That checks out. All right. And I guess with a zebra, you could stamp and put your white embossing powder on black cardstock, or you could do it the way we're going to do it today and do uh, black embossing powder on white cardstock. Who knows, right? Could go either way. We could probably test that too to see what both options look like. We might have some time. Let me just get a piece of printer paper and my black ice. This has sparkle. You could also do it with regular black embossing powder. You could also stamp this in black and then stamp some embossing. Must not have done a good job. Stamp some embossing powder, or embossing ink, sorry, on top. And emboss it in clear if you didn't have or don't want black embossing powder. The asphalt ink does stay wet pretty long, but I would still probably double layer. I would ink it up in black, give it a minute to dry, and then ink it up again in the clear if it was me. There we see. There I go. Okay, so I got a little embossing powder around where I don't really want it. So I'm going in with a dry brush, and you can just brush and tap any of these little flyaway bits out of your way. That looks pretty good. All right, it's going to be quiet for a minute while I eat milk, but I'm going to try to hold it up so you get a good angle. Beautiful. That is so fun. Man, I love that. Oh, Leslie, I probably should be more scared, but I always like I never remember to close my Misty door. Like I'm always just dumping everything um, on top of my Misty while she's open. So far, I haven't had anything terrible happen. I now want to try out the white on black. So let's prep a couple. Oh no, I don't want to do, we'll do them one at a time still. Sorry, I forgot. But let's get Zebra Guy over here. I do like to try to remember to pick up my stamp on the door before I go in with the anti-static powder so you're not getting your stamp all powdery. It's not the end of the world, but it works a little better that way, in my opinion. And I did re-ink my embossing ink earlier today. So she would be ready because we're going to put her to work. So my frosting always stays in my embossing powder container under my desk. My colors live in a bin in the bins on the cart behind me, but my clear and my frosting stay in my desk at all times. Yeah, there we go. That one did way better. All right, let's get this melted and then we can see which one we like better. Mm, so pretty. Okay, let's pop him back on. And I guess now we can start. Let's go to Fox because I know what color he's going to be. My paper's not working now, which will all even out when we darken everything. Oh no, Shay, you can't do that. No getting hurt. Must have time to craft. Must feel good enough to craft. I am going to warn you guys now. I will not be live the night of Halloween. So next week is just going to be for me Tuesday. Libby is still going to have her lives Monday and Wednesday, and I believe Friday. So next week is a short week for us, and Tuesday I will be making something Halloween related because it's Halloween Eve, and so obviously I have to. Oh, that's going to be so pretty. My real, I guess, experiment here is to see how it looks on the black. But this embossing powder is just so cool. It's like yellow and red and green. It's like the perfect color of fall combination. So cool. Let's melt it and see what happens. That is so pretty. But I do kind of feel like it might show up better on white. I mean, in person, it looks pretty cool. Okay, either overheated or underheated that spot. Hold on. Underheated. It's so pretty though. It's a really cool look. Like there you can see his perfect little outline, right? But on the black, it's there, but it doesn't pop as much as I thought it would. Let's see, can we fit him on here? Yeah, I'm just curious. But that's why I wanted to do this, was to kind of test out and see, right, like which embossing colors for a solid, right? It's one thing when we're talking about a sentiment, but it's different, I think, when we're working with a solid image, something like a silhouette, a big, bold image, not an outline. That's what I want to see with you guys, how these different things look and if we like them on the colored or the white cardstock more. Oh, Sue. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I'm very glad that you're okay and that you're here to watch with us, but I'm so sorry. I can't even imagine. Let's try this box out on white. Right. I think I officially prefer the red fox embossing powder on the white. I think that looks pretty cool. Don't get me wrong, the other one is still pretty, and I think it would still be really cool on like a like brownstone or pebble too, the like tan. But for sure that red fox shows up way cleaner on white. See if I can get you guys some of that sparkle where it has that high shine, but there you can kind of see that gold and greeny sparkle. Yeah, the white is definitely the way to go for that one. See, and I really thought it was going to be the black. That's why we're here. That's why I've gathered you all here today. Okay. Elephant in platinum, I do feel pretty confident about on black. I feel pretty strong in my opinion about this one, but there's only one way to know. This is such a cool style too. It's like folk art isn't the word, right? It's like, I know this has to have its own like styling. The silhouettes like this. They're just so pretty. And I feel like I haven't seen this everywhere. I know I say that a lot, but that's one of my favorite things about Pink and Nina Michelle is she's not just following trends. Doesn't feel that way to me anymore. Oh no, how did I manage that? Okay, crisis averted. Remember, our platinum ring is not quite silver, not quite gold. It's truly a mix of both. You can see if I can show you. You can literally see the silver and the gold in the embossing powder. So it's such a fun combination and end result. This one's going to melt really good. Right? Doesn't that just look so cool? Man, I love that so much. And she like that has enough silver in it that it really does stand out on that black beautifully. It would be really fun on like colors too, like purple or blue, barbershop. So good. That high shine, no sparkle, just a like true metallic sheen to it. So pretty. 10 out of 10 on that one. Okay, let's see. For bear, I was thinking coffee talk. So let's do that on white because that's like a really deep chocolatey brown. So I think it'll show up better on white. And you guys tell me, like, while we're chunking through these, do you, if you're not making a card, if you're making like a gift accessory kind of thing, do you make more like tags, like true hang tags? Do you make like little mini cards like that you would put onto a present, like to and from inside? What do you guys do? Or what do you want to see if we're doing like mini shaped either tags or cards? Again, I guess my approach is pretty similar either way, but I'm just also curious. I'm a little more of a act for what I use the mini cards more, but I tend to make more tags and then they just sit in a container over here. Coffee talk. Karen loves making tags. Look how beautiful that coffee talk is. Such like a rich blend of browns and golds. Thanks, Sue. I think so too. I think being able to see them and see them next to each other is super helpful. Sue makes a lot of tags too. Okay, good. Maybe like when you guys have put tags on gifts, are we talking like you put a gift in a bag and you like tie your tag to it? Or like you wrap a gift in paper and then like tape the string of your tag to it. Because I think that's why I don't always gravitate towards my tags. I feel like we use more paper than bags. I think I did not stamp this great because in the middle it's not super covered, solid. Oh, that's really pretty. Yeah, Linda, yeah, wrapping. I think it's easier to attach things to a bag. Yeah, it's just me. Tied to a ribbon on the package. That's what I should do. I really do have a whole bin over here. All right, so that is our Coffee Talk Bear. And even without her being super solid in here, which again, I really think is a me thing, that's so pretty. And like, that's still so clear. Oh, I like that. My grandma would have loved that. Every time I do bear things, I think, well, I think of her often anyway, but all right. And the next slash in theory last one is our Gold Rush, which is our newest member to the Embossing Powder fam. And maybe the deer. Should we do the deer gold? That could be cool. I said that and then I didn't take the deer off of the thing. There's a deer, a moose. That squirrel is so cute too. But I think the deer will look very cool in gold. And I think this one could even lean Christmassy, in my opinion. Right? I should probably stop saying that. You guys know if I'm saying it. But I think he could lean a little reindeer if he was like gold or red or green, with other more traditional Christmassy colors. But I think it's cool too because you could also do like blue and silver and make it like wintry. But I think there's this style lends itself really well to that like more folk art Christmassy style. I'm sorry if folk art is not the right term. Yep, red, gold, and green. Exactly. Oh, exactly. And just remember, my Gold Rush doesn't have the pink sticker, but yours will. And I can show you too these, like the jar colors with all the other like metallics and neutrals, so we can see how everything else around it kind of falls too. Like, come on. It's so pretty. It looks like a liquid. I know that that's like embossing powder, I've heard, is one of the number one things that like gets people into card making because it's literally like liquid metal, right? It's like magic watching something go from being like chunky powdery to like so beautiful. But that's really cool. I really like that a lot. And I do think it pops really nicely on. But again, like gold on red cardstock, 100%. Or like the denim blue on like a gray cardstock for winter. So beautiful. I can picture it in my head right now. How am I gonna get these into a small? I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. Show you guys what I do. Because they usually I put my stamp set into the packaging for my die sets because the die sets are always a little bit bigger. But in this case, the die set packaging is way bigger and I would much rather store this. So when I'm holding this packaging up, it looks like, especially from the plastic and not just the paper, that side to side, these are going to fit. So I'm going to pop them into my trimmer. And I know Michelle went through all the trouble of putting these on these lines. I'm going to shift these ones over just a smidge. Okay, I know that they'll fit for sure. You don't need this off the bottom. And then, let's see, right under that T. And you can store yours however you want. I don't want you to think that I'm saying this is like the only way either. I knew that was going to happen. I think I inhaled some anti-static powder. I made sure I had my drink because I had a feeling that was going to happen at some point. But I love finding ways to store my products without having to buy more storage stuff. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Karen said that's how she started 32 years ago. Yep. I've heard that embossing powder has been the gateway for a lot of people into the card making world. Yeah, I'll store them now. So the way, and we will use them to die cut our stuff. Yeah, Peggy too. 18 years for Peggy, 32 for Karen. So what, Karen, you started when you were like 5? Are you the bear? Yeah, you're the bear. And I'm the fox. What did we decide? Do we like the black cardstock zebra or the white cardstock zebra? I kind of am leaning white cardstock zebra for me. Yeah, Darcel too. Me too, Sharon. I like the white. Darcel said embossing powders what got her too. For me, it was stamp and watercolor, for the record. I fell in love with YouTube stamp and watercolor videos like Kelly Taylor and Christina Warner. And when I found Wand Fawn, and they were my first like online stamp purchase. Technically, Hero Arts was my first ever stamp purchase. Got a floral stamp from Joann's, a wooden block stamp from Joann's, so I could try my stamp and watercolor. And now I never watercolor. How ironic. Let's get those 3 die cut to begin with. And you know, we're going to trim down that bear though. I can't possibly risk wasting all of that cardstock because my plates are a hot mess. get these three. That did not stay. 5,000 wooden stamps, Karen. I can't even fathom what 5,000 wooden stamps would look like. I do have a giant box of stamps and dies upstairs, though, that I don't use, that like are old or retired, or and I need to figure out what the heck I'm going to do with them. Let's see the struggle bus that my die cut machine is right now. You would definitely laugh. All right, so that's our little bear. She cut out perfect. A little zebra is so cute in that black ice. And then our little red fox. A little high, but that's okay. Linda, I'm in Delaware. Commonly referred to as Delaware on the East Coast. Karen said they are catalogs. She knows exactly what her 5,000 stamps are. That's crazy. In a good way. I don't want you to think I'm meaning that in like a judgment. Like that's goals, right? Like I can't wait to be able to say like, oh, I've been, card making for X amount of time. And me and my 10,000 stamps. My husband would tell you I probably have that already. I have so many cards too. That's the funny part. I started the giveaway with you guys because I have so many that I literally am running out of room just to store the cards that I have. All right, elephant and deer. Said no, I am crazy. Actually, I am. Fair enough. My husband plays and streams. He plays guitar and streams his music. And so we have quite a number of guitars. My girls both play guitar too. And so we have many guitars in our house. And every time that he's like looking at a new guitar, I'm like, you know what? You do whatever you want. Because when another stamp envelope shows up here, you don't say a word. And that's for the most part, it's probably because he thinks that they're all like Pink and Main sending stuff. But like, if you're not gonna judge me and question me, then I'm not gonna say anything about your guitars for now. And it's really fun to watch them all get to play together. And to be fair, my girls love to card make too. So they're both involved in both of our hobby fun things. That is so fun. Love it. All right, so there are our little critters. Almost got an otter gecko. So cute. Let's put this back in. Oh, actually, I want to make at least one of these into like a little shaped card. It's gonna be the best, probably the bear. Let's try it with the bear and see how it goes. I guess we can use white. Yeah, let's grab some white. Let's pour it. Yeah, Peggy, we're trying. It's just so funny because like, right, it's such like a grown-up thing to say now, but like we didn't have, phones and computers in my day. But like I have a job, all of my jobs basically revolve around the internet and social media. And so that's going to be such a prevalent part of their lives and maybe even their livelihoods that I want to balance screen time, right? But also like acting like they shouldn't have any to me, like I said, because it is my job in more ways than one, doesn't feel super fair to them either. So we do just try to find a balance. Some music, some arts and crafts, some playing like maniacs outside, and then some video games and making YouTubes, fake TikToks that I never post. Sorry, I didn't even say what I was doing. I scored that, and then I am lining my die up so that the very top edge doesn't touch this edge, this fold, which when I put this on my die cutting plate, I realized that it's too close for comfort. It needs to be shimmied up just a little bit. Okay, so this part right here is going to not cut, and we're going to have the here to here is going to be our hinge on our tiny card. And I have an idea of how we can make this a card slash tag. It could be both. I was worried for a second it didn't cut through, but it did. Right, so that's our little bear shaped card. Put this away before I would use it. Yeah, my little card slash tag slash something. I love when I'm making like if I'm not making like a traditional like die cut shaped tag, I never have the pins to clean this out. I really love using like a die to make a shaped mini card. They're my favorite. You can do it. I really got to get more of those pins. Michelle even just sells like pack of pins. Somewhere in this house, I have a sewing pin or an earring. I have earrings over here. I sure do. Here's one of those. There we go. Wait, shake it. My um, glue tube was not pushed all the way into the cap. And I think I managed to crack the cap as well. So it's just like, a regular night over here for Caitlin. Why am I even bothering? We have a tape runner. I'll clean it later. Ooh, and a terrarium. I like that idea. So now we can go in with our little bear, and you can see from the back, he kind of just has a little, like a little tiny space where it doesn't, that the little hinge doesn't meet. But from the front, you would never know that. And then it's like, surprise, I'm a little card. And what I was thinking was to add twine through the hinge. But now that I'm thinking about it, you could also definitely add your twine like under your layer before you do it. All right, what do we have? Golden twine. I think if we just give it like a little cute wrap. Let me take that. This one. Not a professional tag maker, for the record. Professional card maker, not tag maker. Right, but that could go tied onto a tag, onto like a little gift. Right, and a little to and from, I love you inside. Right, you can make shaped cards that are big, but they don't all have to be big. Maybe you don't feel like making a card. Maybe you just feel like playing with embossing powder. And then you're like, well, now I have all these things. What am I going to do? You make some little tags. All right. Snow globes. So cute. Love all your ideas. Yep. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. Let me break out this bin just so we can see where that new gold falls in line with some of these other um, embossing powders, because it's been a minute since we swatched them. Hey, Eileen. Listening from a sleep study. Oh my gosh. My mom told me she put me on the other night, a replay, because it helped her fall back asleep. It's very funny. All right, so my neutral slash metallics share bin with my pinks. So I think my transition color into the metallics is pink champagne, which looks like this and is beautifully pink and gold. It's a little more pink than a rose gold. Okay. I did have them in some kind of order mentally. Red Fox doesn't go here. It goes with my reds and oranges in my mind. All right. Then we have Shiny Penny, which is like a true copper glitter. Then Caramel Latte. You know, I always love the sparkle before it focuses. The Caramel Latte is this beautiful, like warm, a little bit orangey kind of tan. Then we have Golden Palace, which is our kind of like antique-y. You can see it's a little green greeny gold. Still gold. It doesn't read as green, but it's just that like old gold. Now we have our new kid on the block, Gold Rush, which you can see it. And here also looks a little green, right? But it's that really pretty, like true gold once it's melted. As well as our platinum ring that we used for our elephant tonight. Perfect mix of gold and silver, no glitter. Yeah, gold with a little patina to it. Then coffee talk that we used tonight on our bear. Very like coffee chocolatey brown. We have our matte black, our licorice, super dark. Like you can't even see texture on that. It's so dark. Very dark, pure black pigment. We have our black ice, which is our glitter black that we use for our zebra. Pretty. Just finish them out, shall we? We have our sterling, which is our sparkle silver. This one, Blizzard, I believe, was exclusive to the, what are those called? Oh my God, Advent calendar. It's a clear with holographic silver, like a clear to like slightly white. It's definitely not, it's not white. It's like a little in between. And then this guy doesn't really belong here. I just don't know where else to put him. This is Peppermint Swirl. Just he's here. He's a little chalky, but he's red and white combined. So he mixes into like a cool in between color, which honestly, he's probably going to get the boot because I don't have enough room. Now I have an odd man out in my bins. Let's line them up. Make sure all of our animals are moved to safety. And then I have Red Fox can go back in here with her family. That plus Peppermint Swirl are all of the embossing powders from Pink and Mane. There they are, my little rainbow. Peggy, the advent calendars were available for pre-order. Was it in September or the beginning of October? I do know there will be more available like when they officially roll out. I think they are still listed on the website and this might just say like sold out. If it is, your best bet would be to do like a alert me or remind me, like let me know when it's back in stock. And that way you'll get an email if she activates the listing to sell more. I know she ordered more or was making more than what she had pre-orders for. So there would be some stock available. I just don't know how much. All right. That was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed a little deep dive into our embossing powders and seeing how they all kind of look in comparison. I just playing with them and seeing them on the black versus white and which one has kind of different undertones will never get old to me because as you saw, at least I'd say a third of the time I'm wrong in my predictions of what is going to work. And I love knowing, I love the experiment of it. Okay, let's see. Helena, she might have taken it back down then. It definitely will be back. Allie, she just doesn't, I mean, I'm not gonna like get rid of it. I just have to find a different, she'll probably go live with the loose glitters. That's all that's gonna happen to her. Let's see. Oh no, my loose glitter bin's already overflowing too. Because I have my, what are these, flock in here. I need to find a new home for my flock. And then these could fit right here. So really it's the flock that's the problem. The flock just needs a new home. And then look, we have room for one more. I can order more glitter. That's what that means. But she usually sits on the top because she's allowed to overflow a little. They just stack up on each other. So. All right, friends. Well, thank you so much for coming to hang out. Thursday, we'll be back to our regular coloring and card making. I think I want to play with those little holiday, Christmassy themed sweet treats, like the cupcakes that we used one of a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago now at this point. I want to play with that. I was looking through the website today and it caught my eye again. So I think we're going to have some fun with that on Thursday. If you have requests, you guys always know, even if it's just like a color scheme or any kind of questions, you can leave it in the comments and I'll do my best to figure it out for you. But otherwise, I hope that you have an amazing night. I will be back here with you on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And until then, have a good day tomorrow. Have a good night and happy crafting.